Hi, everybody, and welcome to the next session. I'm here to introduce Alex from StorPool, and he will be talking about their story with extending Host HA to work with non-NFS storages.
Thank you, Boris. So I'm going to provide a fairly quick overview of what we've done in the last few months. And it's going to be all about how we've extended KVM Host HA with, to work for non-NFS storages as well. So for the agenda, just very quickly, I'm going to talk about why we worked on this, a little bit about StorPool in a nutshell. We're going to talk about how KVM Host HA works today and what it does, what its characteristics are, and how it works with the NFS primary storage option. One note is that a while back there was a project that was cancelled that was considering to do HA regardless of storage, but it's no longer a thing. So that's why we decided that we can actually take this on and develop it ourselves with the resources we have. We're going to talk about how StorPool has extended KVM Host HA, what the characteristics are when it's working with StorPool, and then I'm going to go over a few future possibilities with what's been done. So in a nutshell, StorPool is a leader in hardware agnostic, and this is a mouthful, high performance, highly reliable, linearly scalable block storage software. It's what we've been doing for the last 10 years. Now we have deployments in over 30 countries on 4 continents around the globe. The company has released the software and it's been production proven and hardened since 2012. Now we have hundreds of the most demanding deployments under management. It comes as a fully managed solution, so we take care of everything from designing, deploying, monitoring, maintaining the solution once it's deployed. So we are basically close partners with our customers. The company is self-funded and doesn't have any venture capital money involved in the business, so it's a profitable and growing vendor that's in control of its own destiny, basically. Our mission is to improve a little bit the world through faster storage. Since any human activity is being driven by data nowadays, we try to accelerate human activity by storing and processing data more productively. So with that out of the way, a little bit about StorPool. Now we can go into the NFS, KVM Host HA with NFS. So the mechanism that is in place today, the framework itself is very detailed and elaborate. That's why when we went into this project, we wanted to do as few changes as possible. We didn't want to interfere with anything with the framework itself. Rather, we wanted to just introduce changes to the agent side, where the heartbeat happens. The key functions of the KVM HA is that it performs heartbeats with the NFS primary storage and takes the appropriate actions with affected resources if the health checks fail. If health checks pass, then everything's okay and the hosts are available. But if something goes wrong, there's a detailed process that needs to be run in order to fence hosts, recover them when they become available again, and the heartbeat resumes. But we didn't want to, again, change any of this. Rather, we wanted to just plug in one more option for storage vendors to work with the KVM Host HA. The characteristics of the current approach are that it's dependent on the NFS primary storage. So the availability of the NFS primary storage is what drives the availability of the KVM hosts. It's what is used to detect if a KVM host is up or down. There is nothing else in the mechanism, and this makes it so that NFS primary storage is a mandatory component. If you want to have KVM Host HA enabled, you need to have some kind of NFS primary storage in your cloud, even when you have another shared storage available, and even when that storage is used for virtual machine data, actually. And then the third characteristic is that the HA mechanism doesn't monitor the health of the primary storage that actually is used for VM data, unless it's NFS. So we wanted to address all of these characteristics when we set forth on this project to extend the functionality. What we did was fairly straightforward on the high level. We added a modular mechanism that lets you replace and plug in another storage solution instead of the NFS primary storage heartbeat dependency. So the heartbeat can be that's part of the process can be done with another storage solution with some kind of mechanism that the solution provides. And this is individual for each solution. In the case of StorPool, in particular, everything else is maintained as is for now because we don't want to interfere with the framework and the way it works. So the way it works with StorPool Storage is that the heartbeat ping test is redirected to monitor the StorPool cluster state. We are basically depending on the status of the services that StorPool is running in the cluster. And this relies, instead of on the NFS primary storage, it relies on the StorPool cluster mechanisms to detect if hosts are online and functioning in a particular moment. The characteristics of the solution are that it currently supports only disaggregated deployments. So HCI is not possible to do at the moment. The second characteristic is that you actually depend on the health of the primary storage that is used for VM data, as long as it's StorPool storage. And the third characteristic is that now anyone that wants to use KVM Host HA can skip NFS primary storage and introduce just the build their cloud with just the StorPool storage as primary storage in the cloud environment. So that's it in a nutshell. Now the future possibilities, like I mentioned, it's a quick presentation. The future possibilities are that we're going to support HCI deployments with CloudStack, Compute, and StorPool running concurrently on the same servers. And it also, with the way that the modular mechanism is designed, any other storage vendor can plug in and implement their own approach in their plugins to use to perform heartbeats with a mechanism that is suitable for their particular storage solution. And with that, if you have any questions and we can discuss it quickly, I would appreciate to get them. And we can cover them now or discuss it after this session together with my colleagues.
Thank you, Alex. So do we have any questions from the room for Alex? We don't.
I was just checking the PR, which was abandoned, which was from Gabriel. Unfortunately, he still works on CloudStack, but not in the community anymore. But so I looked at the idea with him, but we also looked at the out-of-band management, which CloudStack has, where you could also use the IPMI or the Redfish API to fence a host. Have you thought about using that as well, in addition to StorPool, to making sure you can fence off a host?
So we haven't thought about that until now. We haven't looked into it at the moment. Like I mentioned, we wanted to make as few changes as possible in the initial feature, basically to have a minimum viable solution out and used in the wild, and then we can build on top of it depending on how customers are reacting to it.
Okay, and then maybe a question also for the audience. Everybody's ever thought about using CoroSync? Because I know Proxmox uses that. Have anybody thought about that? What? Yeah, okay, bad idea. Okay, thanks for the, okay, cool. Don't do it, okay. Cool, thanks.
Venko, do you want to add to anything or you're okay?
I absolutely agree with you. Good enough, good enough. All right, any other questions? Philip?
So my question is, what is the status of this? Is this a merge request? Is it already merged? Is it already released?
It's a merge request at the moment, and it should be merged for 4.19. It's already merged. Sorry, it's already merged. My mistake.
Okay, 4.19.
But you cannot also for restore. You cannot also for Linstore heartbeat, and it should work. Okay.
How much?
Here you go.
Yeah. How much effort is it? I mean, is it just to implement 2 or 3 functions, or is there more involved?
It's on each storage adapter. I mean,
Okay.
there is functionality also in your plugin.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the room? Yeah.
The Ceph integration. Vito, the person that asks needs to step up, I think.
Right, cool. All right, round of applause for Alex.
Thank you.